the Reverend the Chaplain to the University.
Let us pray. Bene Sancti Spiritus, repletorum corda fidelium, et tui amoris in eis ignem accendi, qui per diversitatem linguarum cunctarum gentes in unitate fidei congregasti. Come, Holy Spirit, fill the hearts of your faithful, and kindle in them the fire of your love. For you are the one who, in spite of differences in language, gather the nations into a unity of faith. Amen.
On this still damp afternoon, I welcome you all most warmly to this graduation. Farshachila Harjan Dochinahag Ulhai Aberdeen. Please be seated. Professor Patey.
Pro-Chancellor, honoured guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and new doctors. It is both a privilege and a very great pleasure for me to perform the duty of welcoming you all to this graduation ceremony in these beautiful surroundings. Everyone here knows that today is a very significant milestone in the history of each family that's represented here. For all of you, be you a graduand, a parent, a brother, sister, friend or partner, this is such a special day, and I hope that you're going to savour every moment and add significantly to your bank of happy memories. I hope that you, our visitors, feel very welcome. It's our wish that you enjoy this ceremony and everything that follows. Please savour and remember this moment where we celebrate success and achievement. And despite the official processes and procedures, the formal tone that historic buildings and academic dress can bring, please feel free to take as many pictures as possible and help our graduates remember this day. Let me turn to our new doctors. I would like to say congratulations and well done. You've made your way through 5 or 6 years of what may have sometimes seemed like never-ending and exhausting study. I guess you might be thinking that the learning and those endless exams would be over for a while. However, I'm required to tell you that there's one more duty required, one more assessment hurdle to complete. It's a complex task, one that befits those who have overcome the not insignificant hurdles thrown at medical students. The standards to meet are very high. You're going to be compared with all previous graduating classes, medical and otherwise. Like clinical work, you need to have the right knowledge, the right skills, the correct attitudes and values. But I am confident that you are up to it. The essential knowledge required is to know and understand that during this graduation ceremony, raucous cheering is allowed and indeed expected. You may already have these skills, but we all know that skills benefit from repeated practice and feedback. And so, I cannot neglect my duty as an educator, so I will endeavour to provide some learning opportunities, even during this short welcome address. The correct attitudes are simple, especially today. They're simply to be rightly proud of your own and your colleagues' achievements and to enjoy yourself. Graduates, your task is to ensure that this graduation is noisier than all others have been. So I will do my part if you do yours. The reputation of medicine sits with us. And now's a chance to start. I want to assure you that everyone here today, and indeed many who cannot be here today, are immensely proud of your achievements. We know it was hard work, but today we're going to mark that has paid off with this fantastic achievement. The study of medicine is hard work for all, and it requires the input of tutors from all healthcare professions, as well as scientists from many medical and biomedical disciplines. However, one of the most incredible things about learning medicine is the unique partnership with patients. It was your patients who gave you multiple learning opportunities that have allowed you to develop from an apprehensive new medical student, scared to speak or examine anyone, who said, that they were unwell to someone who's ready to take a rightful place as part of the healthcare team. Some of those learning opportunities involved our wonderful volunteer patient partners in the Sutty Centre and the Highland Centre for Health Science, but also real patients, at times very unwell patients, but all people who, despite that, were willing to play their part in ensuring healthcare for all of us in the future and to allow you, as a medical student, to learn as much as possible. The word awesome is much overused these days, but patients' willingness to be our partners in medical student learning is a great gift and a truly awesome aspect of healthcare education. Then we should take every opportunity to highlight it, and perhaps it's worthy of a cheer. Many of us know that as individuals, you've achieved so much more than just the core course requirements. Some of you have maintained a carer role throughout medical school. Many of you have had jobs to help with finances. You've been role models for young junior students. You've made music, you've played sport, you've undertaken research, and some have presented at national and international conferences. Some of you may have even attended or organised the odd social activity. You've also been welcomed into schools, into GP surgeries, into hospitals, and to multi-professional healthcare teams across Scotland and indeed many countries of the world. We would like to encourage you to keep in touch with your medical school and your university. This summer, our team is launching a new newsletter specifically for graduates of our medical school. One definition of the word welcome is gladly received. I hope that you, along with the thousands of medical graduates going back to 1943 who still keep in touch, will gladly receive news of how your medical school is progressing. And I hope that you know that we will gladly receive news of your progress and your achievements in your future lives, and we would love to welcome you back. When you're out there in clinical practice, quite soon now, you will find that you aren't always gladly received. Sometimes we as doctors are bringing the worst news to our patients, and we represent the start of a difficult pathway or period of time for them. This can be challenging for both them and for us to deal with, and it's perhaps at these times when our professionalism and our instincts to care are the most important. There will be other times when you feel stuck in a rut, or overwhelmed about how much there is to do, and there will be both days and nights like that. Try to let that be a passing moment, and remember that medicine is much, much more than the difficult times. When it feels difficult, then remember that you're in a career that usually does lead to a welcome, and it also offers friendship and support. It offers a worldwide network and opportunities to maintain strong links to your university and your classmates, as well as the clinical teams that you will find yourself in. But all that's for another day. For each of you right now, just be rightly proud of your achievement and excited for the possibilities ahead. The only remaining challenge today is to recognise your name, get up onto the platform, face the right person, and that is the Pro-Chancellor, receive your degree, and then navigate your way back down the steps, and cheer for each and every colleague. Finally, let me turn again to another sometimes hidden treasure, that group of people without whom many of your achievements would not have been possible. Graduates, I refer to your friends and your family. Of course, this is a proud moment for them. I don't doubt it also marks times of not inconsiderable sacrifice, lots of emotional support, and perhaps a few moments of worry. It can be no fun to be that person, patiently waiting, unable to change or influence the outcome, but just hope for the phone call to say that the exam results are out and that, of course, all has gone well. On your behalf, I would like to thank them for their support and contribution to your success. And now would be the time to cheer for your family. So to conclude, this is a significant day. It celebrates serious achievement, but that doesn't mean we can't have fun. So have a great time, and can I suggest that this moment is another learning opportunity to practice raucous cheering. Thank you very much.
Professor Hannaford.
Pro-Vice-Chancellor. Pro-Vice-Chancellor, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, the Right Honourable Baroness Tessa Jowell of Brixton in the London Borough of Lambeth. Tessa Jane Helen Douglas Jowell, née Palmer, was born in London and educated at St Margaret's School for Girls in Aberdeen. She graduated from the University of Aberdeen and was the Student Union President. And she then graduated from the University of Edinburgh before becoming a social worker, initially working in the Craigmillar area of Edinburgh and then as a child officer in Lambeth. Following training as a psychiatric social worker at Goldsmiths College, she worked at the Maudsley Hospital and later became Assistant Director of the mental health charity Mind. Tessa Jowell's political career began when she was elected to Camden London Borough Council in the early 1970s. She chaired Camden's Social Services Committee at the age of 25. In the 1992 general election, she was elected Member of Parliament for Dulwich as a Labour candidate. During her 23 years as an MP, Tessa Jowell held a number of opposition appointments and major government ministerial positions, including those in health, education and employment, culture, media and sport. She was responsible for the establishment of the media regulator Ofcom and a new governance structure for the BBC Trust. In 2002, whilst Culture Secretary, Tessa Jowell conceived and then drove through London's bid for the 2012 Olympic Games, which she saw had great potential for social engagement, health and youth education and inspiration. Through her membership of the Olympics Organising Committee, Tessa Jowell remained deeply involved in the successful delivery of the largest peacetime logistical operation in the UK history. But where were my tickets? Tessa Jowell became a Privy Councillor in 1998. In the 2012 birthday honours, she was appointed Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire for political and charitable services, in particular her contribution for delivering the London 2012 Olympics. In 2015, she was elevated to the House of Lords as a life peer. I guess the question is, what's the next move? The first female British astronaut? Pro-Chancellor, in recognition of her considerable contribution to public life, I ask you to confer the degree of Laws honoris causa upon the Right Honourable Baroness Tessa Jowell.
Egerte utriusque iures, tam canonici quam civides, doctorum et magistrum, constituo creo proclama renuntio, et insignum caput tuum hoc pede orno quod ut felix bustumque sit, deum optimum maximum precor. Mrs. Eccles.
Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour of presenting to you for the award of the degree of Master of the University, honoris causa, Lady Joan Cato. Joan Cato is a distinguished graduate of this university. She is recognised as a leader in the field of child law and family law and has contributed greatly to the local community in Aberdeen, to its young people, and also to the university over many years. Joan grew up in a happy household as the youngest in the family with 2 older brothers. She attended her local primary school and after passing the dreaded 11+ exam, moved to the Aberdeen High School for Girls. It was at this point that Joan's dad died suddenly, an event that impacted her life greatly and set her on a course in life to help others less fortunate than herself. A law graduate at the age of 20, Joan began her career as a solicitor in private practice, including experience as Deputy Procurator Fiscal at the Juvenile Court in Aberdeen. There, she witnessed at first hand that the adversarial system was inappropriate for children and that the more investigative approach introduced by the Children's Panel System in 1970 was required. With the birth of her 2 children, Sarah and Simon, in the early 1970s, and a family move to Boston in the States, Joan's experience widened. Her views on social policy and on the family were influenced by her studies at the Kennedy School of Government in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and also through volunteering at the local elementary school in Brookline. She was inspired by the can-do attitude that she experienced in America. Returning to Scotland, Joan recommenced legal practice and quickly became involved in complex family law cases and contentious adoptions. In her role as a safeguarder, she increasingly appeared in very difficult child protection cases and appeals. Her skill in providing objective reports for the Children's Panel and the Sheriff Court was well known and appreciated. She saw the importance of taking the views of the child into account, as well as those of the parents, when determining the most appropriate and workable outcome for intractable family problems. Joan excelled in communicating the child's point of view. As her reputation as a leader in the field of family law in Scotland developed, her support for children and young people continued unabated. Her appointment to the board of the Scottish Children's Reporter Administration widened her sphere of influence nationally. As time passed, Joan progressed in private practice in Aberdeen in the demanding position of partner in a leading law firm. Her reputation was enhanced by the Law Society of Scotland, recognising her firstly as a specialist in child law and then in family law. Outside of her legal practice, Joan gave generously of her time and served as assessor to the Dean of Guild, as vice-chairman of Grampian Healthcare NHS Trust, and became involved in many local charities. For the last few years, she has been a trustee and more recently chair of Voluntary Services Aberdeen, one of the oldest social care charities in Scotland and now a recognised leader in the third sector. VSA provides a wide range of services for children, older people and adults, with over 700 staff and a turnover of more than £15 million. Under her aegis, VSA collaborates with the University of Aberdeen in internships for disadvantaged young people seeking to improve their employability skills. In 2015, Joan was commissioned as a Deputy Lieutenant for the City of Aberdeen, a role which she relishes. Most recently, she was awarded an MBE in the Queen's Birthday Honours List. Congratulations, Joan. In addition, she has made time to support her alma mater, serving on the governing body of the University Court, for 2 terms, and as convener of the Business Committee of the General Council for many years. She has been a good and loyal friend to the University of Aberdeen. Pro-Chancellor, Lady Joan Cato's many appointments and roles reflect the breadth of her impact across various aspects of our local community, from civic, charitable and cultural involvement to service in health, social care and education. In recognition of her many contributions, I invite you to confer upon her the award of Master of the University honoris causa.
Egute Universitatis Magistrum constituo creo proclama renuntio et in signum caput tuum hoc filio orno cod ut felix vastumque sit deum optimum maximum precor. Now, William Gray is moving to the front of the hall, and he will perform Nocturne in C minor, Opus 48, number 1 by Chopin. William Gray is a gifted pianist who attended the Aberdeen City Music School, which is one of a small number of specialist music schools in the UK, and he's just completed his first year reading for the degree of Bachelor of Music. Thank you. The head of the School of Medicine, Medical Sciences and Nutrition will now administer the oath.
Pro-Chancellor, the graduands in medicine will please stand. I ask each of you to take the following declaration as your own. Now that I'm about to enter the noble profession of medicine, I solemnly commit myself to observing its highest standards and traditions. In caring for patients and in the pursuit of scientific knowledge, I shall at all times act in ways which show respect for human life and dignity. I shall always and only use my medical skills and knowledge for the good of humanity, in healing the sick and the injured, in preventing ill health, in relieving pain and distress, in overcoming disability, and in preventing untimely death, and in caring for the comfort and the well-being of those who are at the end of their lives. I shall always seek to deserve the trust of my patients. To this end, I shall be truthful in my dealings with them, defend their interests, show due regard for their wishes, preserve the secrets which they confide in me as their doctor, as far as my duty to society as a whole will permit, and act fairly between one patient and another. I shall respect patients' values, their beliefs, their traditions, especially where they differ from my own. I shall never abuse in any way the trust which is placed in me as a doctor. I shall seek constantly to improve my medical knowledge and skills and to share these with my colleagues and students in order that we may serve our patients better. I shall carry out my professional duties, including teaching and research, with honesty and integrity. In this and other ways, I shall treat my colleagues in the profession and related professions with respect and cooperate with them for the good of patients. And by an honourable life in the service of humanity, I shall bring credit to this university and to those who have taught me. Do you take this declaration as your own?
Professor Ritchie, Promoter of Graduands.
Domini pro cancellari, Domini doctores et magistri et tuta universitas presento vobis hos candidatos examine probatos ad gradum baccalaureatus et in scientia et in medicina et chirurgia promovendos.
Annuenti Senatio placet promovere.
Ascendant Caitlin Hughes.
Ego auctoritate quam sumi et potentissimi principes almae huic universitate amplissima endosserunt, te et in scientia et in medicina et chirurgia baccalaureum creo, in cuius rei testimonium capitum hoc pedeo orno quod ut felix postumque sit, deum optimum maximum precor.
Nana Marie Lamb.
Et te creo.
Alexander Fraser.
Et te creo.
Michaelis Koularos.
Ete Creo.
Robert Starr.
Ete Creo.
Rebecca Snyder.
Ete Creo.
Celia Welsh.
Ete Creo.
Wan Hei Chan.
Ete Creo.
Dominic Hughes.
Ete Creo.
Dale Thompson.
Ete Creo.
Jennifer Clark.
Ete Creo.
Fergus Evans.
Ete Creo.
Helen Fraser.
Ete Creo.
Katrina Gaskell.
Ete Creo.
Sabraj Gill.
Ete Creo.
Sasha Hooks.
Ete Creo.
Timothy Hundle.
Ete Creo.
Ross Jack.
Ete Creo.
Victoria Sobolewska.
Ete Creo.
Johanna Walter.
Ete Creo.
Michael Yule.
Ete Creo.
Hassan Amidat.
Ete Creo.
Mary Blair.
Ete Creo.
Samantha Drummond.
Ete Creo.
Hannah Goddard.
Ete Creo.
Flabiha Hussein.
Ete Creo.
Rachel Innes.
Ete Creo.
Mohammed Ismail.
Ete Creo.
Fiona Jagger.
Ete Creo.
Nadia Khan.
Ete Creo.
Kirsty Kilpatrick.
Ete Creo.
Nicholas Milliken.
Ete Creo.
Eleanor Monker.
Ete Creo.
Yu Han Ong.
Ete Creo.
James Schneider.
Ete Creo.
Nathan Smith.
Ete Creo.
Jessica Thompson.
Ete Creo.
Delaram Varzi.
Ete Creo.
Alexander Watt.
Et te creo.
Michaela Watt.
Et te creo.
Ailey Young. Clara Mason.
Et te creo. Et te creo.
Intem presento vobis hos candidatos examine probatos ad gradum baccalaureatus en medicina et chirurgia promovendos.
And you enter sonata packet from Bavaria.
Askandand Miti Ahmed.
Ego auctoritate quem sumi et potentissimi principes almae huic universitate amplissimum endosserunt te in medicina et chirurgia baccalaureum creo, in cuius rei testimonium capitum hoc filio orno quod ut felix pastumque sit deum optimum maximum precor.
Abdullah Alanzi.
Et te creo.
Al-Zahara Al-Bashir.
Et te creo.
Faisal Ali.
Et te creo.
Akil Al-Maruk.
Et te creo.
Mari Argo.
Et te creo.
Verity Arrowsmith.
Et te creo.
Saad Assad.
Et te creo.
Amber Bailey.
Et te creo.
Craig Bilsland.
Et te creo.
Cameron Black.
Et te creo.
In Hui Bong.
Et te creo.
Michael Bowers.
Et te creo.
Kubra Boza.
Et te creo.
Alistair Brennan.
Et te creo.
James Breachin.
Et te creo.
Fraser Buchanan.
Et te creo.
Eleanor Borden.
Et te creo.
Jun Yang Chan.
Et te creo.
Llewellyn Tang.
Et te creo.
Wesley Chung.
Et te creo.
Asia China.
Et te creo.
Rebecca Croston.
Et te creo.
Sarah Colvin.
Et te creo.
Ben Conlon.
Et te creo.
Joseph Cooney.
Et te creo.
Catherine Cooper.
Ete Creel.
Michael Cooper.
Ete Creel.
Finton Corvin.
Ete Creel.
Edward Crawford.
Ete Creel.
Claire Cunningham.
Ete Creel.
Katie Cunningham.
Ete Creel.
Zinnia Dalton Hall.
Ete Creel.
Sham Davda.
Ete Creel.
Vari Davidson.
Ete Creel.
Amy Davis.
Ete Creel.
Hugh DaCosta.
Ete Creel.
Lauren Dixon.
Ete Creel.
Claire Dobson.
Ete Creel.
Caitlin Dines.
Ete Creel.
Katie Emsley.
Ete Creel.
Blessing Assange.
Ete Creel.
Johnny Feenan.
Ete Creel.
Jacob Flappen.
Ete Creel. Thank you.
Jack Fletcher.
Ete Creel.
Elizabeth Fong.
Ete Creel.
Samantha Foreman.
Ete Creel.
Olivia Foster.
Ete Creel.
Sophia Gamio.
Ete Creel.
William Gardner.
Ete Creel.
Alicia Garland.
Ete Creel.
Sophie Gelling.
Ete Creel.
Andrew Godden.
Ete Creel.
Ruth Garaton.
Ete Creel.
David Hamilton.
Ete Creel.
Rosalind Hawkins.
Ete Creel.
John Hayes.
Ete Creel. Now, moving to the front of the hall is Joseph Hibbs, and Joseph will perform Farquhar and Hetty's Waltz and Delighted. Joseph graduated on Tuesday with the degree of Bachelor of Music. After being classically trained, Joseph pursued Scottish fiddle music and he was a joint founder of the Reel of Fortune Ceilidh Band, which is a locally acclaimed group of musicians who play at weddings, corporate events, and functions throughout the northeast of Scotland. Professor Ritchie.
Etem presento vobis hos candidatos examine probatos ad gradum baccalaureatus in medicina et chirurgia promovendos.
Annuentis sonatu, placet promovere.
Ascendant Liam Henderson.
Ego auctoritate quam sumi et potentissimi principes almae huic universitate amplissima mendocerunt te in medicina et chirurgia baccalaureum creo in cuius rei testimonium capitum hoc pileo orno quod ut felix vastumque sit dem optimum maximum precor.
Stefan Heinbosch.
Et te creo.
Alice Hogg.
Et te creo.
Rory Innes.
Et te creo.
Rebecca Elvin.
Et te creo.
Harukshi Jayakodi.
Ete Creo.
Magnus Johnston.
Ete Creo.
Catherine Kelly.
Ete Creo.
Tina Kenning.
Ete Creo.
Talitha Kazi.
Ete Creo.
Catherine Knight.
Ete Creo.
Gabia Lazaravachute.
Ete Creo.
Fiona Learmont.
Ete Creo.
Kwan Ju Lee.
Ete Creo.
Samuel Lennon.
Ete Creo.
Huan Nan Lim.
Ete Creo.
Bethany Lloyd.
Ete Creo.
Hannah Love.
Ete Creo.
Danielle McAllister.
Ete Creo.
Sean McCabe.
Ete Creo.
Ailey McGowan.
Ete Creo.
Marie Claire McGuigan.
Ete Creo.
Sarah McInnes.
Ete Creo.
Ryan McIntosh.
Ete Creo.
Lucy McLaughlin.
Ete Creo.
Scott McCohen.
Ete Creo.
Josephine Ma.
Ete Creo.
Natalie Maple.
Ete Creo.
Alexandra Mather.
Ete Creo.
Sheila Mill.
Ete Creo.
Emma Mills.
Ete Creo.
Daniel Moore.
Ete Creo.
Emily Murphy Ackroyd.
Ete Creo.
Rebecca Murray.
Ete Creo.
Owen Myers.
Ete Creo.
Ping Wen No.
Ete Creo.
Lena O'Callaghan.
Ete Creo.
Rashina Dwyer.
Ete Creo.
Jingming Lydia Uy.
Ete Creo.
Alexander Aram.
Ete Creo.
Miles Patterson.
Ete Creo.
Sophie Pitts.
Ete Creo.
Victoria Poulton.
Ete Creo.
Naveen Qureshi.
Ete Creo.
Qasim Rafiq.
Ete Creo.
Rosalind Raymond.
Ete Creo.
David Roach.
Ete Creo.
Katie Salucci.
Ete Creo.
Cheryl Saul.
Ete Creo.
Malcolm Scobie.
Ete Creo.
Nicholas Scott.
Ete Creo.
Owen Shaheen.
Ete Creo.
Shasrika Shetty.
Ete Creo.
Yasmin Siddiqui.
Ete Creo.
Jamie Smith.
Ete Creo.
Ming Yi Martin Su.
Ete Creo.
Rajan Sood.
Ete Creo.
Hannah Stewart.
Ete Creo.
Caitlin Stickle.
Ete Creo.
Chun Ming Tang.
Ete Creo.
Julie Taylor.
Ete Creo.
Megan Taylor.
Ete Creo.
Daniel Thompson.
Ete Creo.
Duncan Thompson.
Ete Creo.
Naomi Todd.
Ete Creo.
Jacinda Towers.
Ete Creo.
Mark Twoon.
Ete Creo.
Oninye Chukwu Odo.
Ete Creo.
David Vernon.
Ete Creo.
Ruth Walker.
Ete Creo.
Armand Malia.
Ete Creo.
Yui Wang.
Ete Creo.
Lucy Watson.
Ete Creo.
Taylor Watson Fargi.
Ete Creo.
Winnie Wehe.
Ete Creo.
Claire Werner.
take Claire.
Daniel Whitehouse.
take Claire.
Pinky with an Ingy.
take Claire.
Karen Wood.
take Claire.
Jasper Yang.
take Claire.
Catherine Yard.
take Claire.
Stephanie Younger.
take Claire. Baroness Dow.
Well, that was quite something. And aren't you all proud of yourselves? You've done it. Yes! As you can imagine, it's an enormous honour for me to be asked to speak to you all on such a special day, such an incredibly special day for you, for your families, and a special day for me as well. I'm delighted that my dear friend and former colleague, Dame Anne Begg, who was honoured yesterday, is also here. And I'm sure that we would also all want just to take a moment to remember somebody else who devoted her life to public service, and that's Jo Cox, who was brutally murdered yesterday. And our thoughts are with her husband, with her family, and also are with everything that she represented, which is the very best, just as you all represent in your ambition the very best. So we remember her here today. I remember my own graduation in fact, I think it was in Marshall Hall, not here, many, many years ago. I can't remember a word of what the person who stood here where I'm standing had to say, but I do remember that it went on for far too long. So I promise you that I'll only give you about 5 minutes, and I hope that just a little bit of it may stick. But I do want to thank the university for and express my enormous gratitude for honouring me in this way. I never dreamt that this honour would be bestowed on me. So just watch out. One of you may be standing here one day too. This is actually a very poignant day for me, and I didn't realise until I arrived that this would be the graduation for the medical science and medical students, because my younger brother James, he got, I'm told, the best degree in medicine that the university had seen for 30 years, was a brilliant doctor and research pharmacologist. who died from cancer when he was only 50. He was to have been given an honorary degree, as I have been, by this university, and no one could have earned it with more merit. And I hope that you'll understand when I say, in a very real way, that I am receiving this for him too. My family too had connections with the university because I grew up and went to school here, as you've already heard. My father was a doctor, a consultant at the Royal Infirmary, a reader in medicine, who, although he had some slightly off-piste views, like when I grew up, I wanted to be a doctor. He didn't think that being a doctor in those days was a fit profession for a young woman. He always believed passionately in the National Health Service. And my mother also worked at the Royal Infirmary as a radiologist. I grew up, as I said, in the city, went to school here. We first lived in College Bounds, and then we lived above what was called Mr. Cox's shop, just across the road from here at 19 High Street. And it was through living above Mr. Cox's shop that I realized how seriously Aberdonians took Hogmanay, because the saving club would start in about May in any year. And by the time we got to about the 27th of December, there was a queue down the street of people coming to fill their bags with bottles to see them through Hogmanay. And then we finished up down in the Chanonry in a house which, when the north wind was blowing, probably had the coldest bathroom anywhere in Britain. And I'm not exaggerating when I say the windows froze on the inside. So when I stepped off the plane at Dice this morning, I felt in a real sense that I was coming home, an incredible sense of familiarity. I made many friends here, and they have been lifelong friends, and I'm sure that you have as well. And university is a time when you make friends who are your friends for the rest of your life. When I was thinking of what I would say to you today, I remembered slightly ruefully that the person who is giving this homily to you today is the same person who in her bedroom in 19 High Street very many years ago watched the sun go down briefly and the sun rise again too quickly while I was doing my revision for my moral philosophy exam. I'd partied too much, left it too late, and arrived at the exam exhausted, confused, and hopelessly unprepared. It turned me in to a bit of an obsessive about plenty of planning and preparation. So there are some lessons you learn the very hard way. When I look at how my life has turned out, not what I expected at all, there were aspects of it that were very much set in my time here at Aberdeen. I became president of the Women's Union. And as I told you, I would rather have read medicine, but my old dad, who I love dearly, was just a bit of a sexist. But my mum taught me three things that I will never, ever forget. She taught me never to take no for an answer, if no isn't the answer you want to the question that you've asked. Very good advice when you're trying to persuade a reluctant cabinet that it would be a good idea to bid to host the Olympic Games in 2012. But she also taught me always to see the good in people. And that also is a lesson that I've tried to hold inside me and live all my life. The final thing she told me, which I remembered as I stepped off the plane this morning, is that the rain is very good for your complexion. So don't ever forget that. But I returned yesterday from a week at Harvard. I'll be going there for a whole semester later this year, where I was supporting a program for the ministerial development of African health ministers. Ministers who carry all the ambition that Anne or I carried in government, but whose resources are pitiful compared to the scale of the challenge that they face. In countries where globally the future relies on their economic growth, but very hard when 50% of children are stunted by the time they are 5. So, no matter how much you've done in your lives, there is always more to do. And to a very great extent, you owe it, just as I feel I do, to the education and the opportunities that I have had to repay that debt by always recognizing that there is more to do. I think I can really only share with you what has guided me throughout my political life. And I think it's this, that I've had extraordinary opportunities, sitting round the cabinet table, visiting other ministers, governments in other parts of the world, the loneliness of leadership, but also the sense of triumph when something works particularly well. And the important thing is never to become disconnected from why you are doing it. And I think what I've carried all my life, whether it's in the work I've done in my own constituency or in government, or now working with other governments in developing countries, is the absolute war against the inevitability of inequality that so many children face from the day that they are born. And you, as doctors, at the beginning of your careers, can make an enormous contribution to changing the course of those children's lives, of their parents' lives, and the opportunities that they are able to realize. And no matter how important you become, never forget to have grit under your fingernails and always remain an activist close to the lives of the people that you serve. You will serve people who are very, very poor. Never forget what poverty smells like. It will make you better doctors who will be more grounded and rounded in dealing with some of the hardest judgments that are made on behalf of us at any stage of our lives. And I think that in many ways politics is, for too much of the time, full of grand speeches and exhortations. And I think perhaps very particularly with Joe Cox's murder yesterday, we've all been caught short about just what it means to be a change maker, to be driven by the impulse that things don't have to be as they are. And I hope that that impulse, in the context of the declaration that you have all made today, that that impulse to serve, to respect at the highest level of human endeavor, is something that you will carry with you for the rest of what I hope are the long professional lives ahead. And I'd just like also to say this. In a few days, we will all be part of a decision that is probably the most important decision that we have the privilege to be part of for the rest of our lives. And I speak as a passionate European. I've spoken about the importance of remaining an activist, having grit under your fingernails, making policy from the ground up. And the decision we face now is a decision that starts with the sacrifice made by 75 million people in the last century in wars fought or begun in Europe. And in defiance of that history, 28 countries, nearly all belligerents on one side or the other, have come together in a union which embeds democracy, the rule of law, human rights, and collective security. Of course, its institutions need repair and reform. I worked a lot in Europe as a minister, and I know what influence as a country we can have, a strong voice we can be in its councils. But I can't think of an institution which embodied what Abraham Lincoln described as the better angels of our nature. And I devoutly hope that we will not turn our backs on it. You have all received a great education in a great and ancient university. And I hope that the optimism of today and this utterly joyful graduation ceremony will never, ever leave you. And I'm sure that you will always remember that with the great privilege that you have been beneficiaries of comes great responsibility. And I know that there are scores of very proud parents here today, and I'm sure that you will all make them even prouder in the years that lie ahead. So thank you so much for having me here today. I wish all of you very good luck and great challenge and happiness in whatever path you tread as graduates of this wonderful university. Thank you.
Could I ask you now, please, all to rise and to join me in singing God Save the Queen? The chaplain to the university.
May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warmly on your face. May the rains fall softly upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Amen.